Welcome back. We were having a discussion in the first part about the impact of the Honorable PWD Minister's remarks banning bikinis and pub and closing down of pubs and so on and so forth. And the discussion basically centered around the impact it could have on Goa and its tourism. And there were obviously very worrying signals, but there were also saner voices which also indicated that while we condemn the manner in which the Minister has gone about saying these things, and we have mapped the absolute outrage in civil society as far as these remarks are concerned. But there is another aspect to it which I think we need to take into account, and we'll be failing in our duty if we don't take into account. As Mr. Michael Lobo very rightly said, that there was a time when even the MJP ruled in power. The MJP is a party which the Minister belongs to, and the issue is that even when conservative parties ruled Goa, it did not impact tourism. Goa was still very liberal. People from all over the world came here. They wore what they wanted. They spoke what they wanted to speak. They enjoyed themselves, and so on and so forth. But obviously there are limits to this kind of freedom. The limits essentially are that as long as you're within the parameters of decency and proper behavior, there's no problem. But the issue is when certain ills of tourism come into play. For instance, when drugs become more of a way of life rather than an aberration or isolated cases of enjoyment, it's become completely rampant. There are organized drug gangs. There was a very ugly incident when a Nigerian was killed, and that led to a huge outrage, leading to a tear in the fabric of Goan society. And of course, the menace of prostitution and illegal massage parlors, all these things also need to be taken into account. The minister's statement needs to be dismissed, but not without taking these aspects into consideration. So I think this segment will actually focus a lot on this. I get back to Kabir Pinto Makhija and ask him to dwell on these things.
Well, like my friend Michael, he has been voicing his opinion about these illegal massage parlors, about drugs, about prostitution. He has been dwelling on this for a long time. He's been hitting out. He's even, I think, given a list to the police. And yes, that is the negative side of tourism. But like I said, tourism is the mainstay besides mining in Goa. You can't just dismiss because of a few negative points. I asked the government, we asked the police, crack down on these things. Crack down on the drugs trade, crack down on the prostitution. And like Sarfaraz said, I mean, when tourists come from any other part, I mean, they have to respect the sentiments of the place. So they can be educated. They can be educated. Okay, you can wear a bikini on the beach, but you can't wear it to the marketplace. Steps can be taken, but you just can't come one fine morning, give a statement on national media, and dismiss the full thing and say, oh, we are going to ban pubs, oh, we are going to ban bikinis on the beaches, because Goa is a tourist state. I mean, this is a place where the culture is of the east and the west. I mean, everybody loves Goa because of that. I mean, obviously we have to respect the sentiments. Obviously everything has to be taken into this thing. But on one side, the tourism, I mean the TTAG, the tourism minister, they're doing their best to promote Goa as a tourist state. And on the other side, one irresponsible statement like this, where they say that all this should be banned, it obviously is going to have a negative impact. I've had friends calling me in from Bombay, Bangalore yesterday and saying, oh, what's this happening in Goa, and are there going to be no more parties, are there going to be no more this thing? See, we have to understand one thing, even when it comes to dance and merrymaking and all that stuff, that has existed for centuries in Goan in Goan tradition. Whether it's for weddings, whether it's for small family parties, it's between the families that we have music. That it's part of our culture.
Completely agree.
You cannot just dismiss it.
That's a fair point, Kabir. But you see, the question that is being raised is while we cannot discount what you're just saying, and you're completely right. But also what is extremely important to know is that this whole way of looking at Goan tourism and the way of the fact that it's getting criticized now is also because of the rampant ills that have accompanied tourism.
I'll just add one more point. This morning I read in the newspaper, and I was very pleased to do that our Honorable CM has taken a very clear stand, and he said that drinking will not be allowed on beaches and in public places like the roads and stuff like that. Now that is what the government should be looking into. Curbing on that, on drinking on the beaches, creating a nuisance on the beaches, creating a nuisance on the roads. It's not a clampdown, a total blanket ban on something. No pubs. What do people come and do then after that, after 6 o'clock in the evening?
But Michael, the flip side is, and I'll play the devil's advocate, the flip side is, Kalangut as a village has completely changed. in the sense that there are locals there, the traditional families there who are disgusted with what is happening in Kalangut. You know, a lot of people are saying that the village has completely lost its character. There is no Goanness in it. Tourists have completely taken over, and the menace of drug and prostitution is so vast that they can't even walk on the beaches with their wives and families. Now, how do you account for that? How do you react to that?
I would directly say that for the last, now I'm talking about 10 years back, 7 years before I could become the MLA, things were very bad. When our government took over, things have changed and improved. I'm not saying totally stopped, has improved. Drugs which were sold openly have means it has gone down. Like a lot of places were selling drugs which have gone down. Means there is the law is slowly, the police are slowly coming in into action. They are taking action now. Prostitution was open, which has totally gone down. Means it is not stopped,
really,
but it is under control.
Okay, how do you say prostitution is under control? I mean, how can you quantify that?
See, earlier girls were easily available when you are walking on the beach over there near Bandodkar statue. Boys were standing with albums. Before my government took over, this was during the Congress regime, was standing with albums to show photographs of girls. But now it is not like that. Earlier there were girls being brought and kept in flats in Kalangut. Now it is not like that. Immediately it is being raided. If anything like that starts, immediately the place is raided. So a lot of improvement has happened during our Honorable Chief Minister when Manohar Parrikar took over. A lot of things have improved, but at the same time we need to go on clamping more and more and more.
But what about drug gangs? You go to the thing is, if somebody wants to come to Goa and consume drugs publicly, it's as easy as daylight. You can go to certain shacks where it's available literally across the counter. If you go to one of the busiest tourism lanes in Goa, and you have people standing there, you have sellers on motorcycles, you ask for any kind of a drug, they take you on the bike to another assigned spot and you get it. It's absolutely rampant, in the sense that my issue is here that Goa is also being known as a place where you can kind of come, consume whatever you want to and go back. I'm not saying it doesn't happen in other places. It happens in Delhi, it happens in Bombay, but it's not so in your face. Now, how do you kind of justify that?
See, I have been always talking on this matter, especially drugs. It is the police department which was totally in shambles earlier. Now in these 2.5 years there is a decrease. Which was sold openly, it is still being sold, not so much, but it is there. But finally the anti-narcotic cell and the local police have to clamp down, has to crack down, has to totally raid all these places who are selling drugs and arrest them. This is what I feel as a coastal belt MLA, as a citizen.
So do you feel that you've done enough? As in
no,
you and the
I want to, I have been always telling, like last week I have told Honorable Chief Minister that in Parra, Girim and Arpor, I had a meeting with him and I told him that in this vicinity there are drugs being sold. So he immediately called the device P, he immediately called ANC. In my presence, he told that there are parties happening in Girim village where all the youths meet up in the evenings, they party around. There are Nigerians who are visiting these houses at the time of party, they sell drugs. So they are not selling drugs like ordinary drugs, they are selling cocaine.
Of course, correct.
Cocaine. So this is where we have to be very much concerned about our youth, about the future of Goa.
Right.
If they go into this type of drugs, there is no coming back. They won't be able to come back.
Ekaterina, tell me now, do you think drugs and prostitution is necessary for tourism to prosper?
For sure, I can say that no. For sure it is not necessary. But always in all countries, in all societies, it exists. I cannot say that Goa more than even in our country. If people want, they will find. Another point of view that I absolutely agree that a few years back, when I just come to Goa, 7 years back, first my trip to some party, I just come to Goa, and the same evening I take taxi and go for party. I open the car, and many drug dealers, mostly Nigerians, was there and offer me all kind of drugs. Now it is really not like that. And I can feel the difference of the tourist who was come 7 years back and who is coming now. Very few of them come specially for that, for drugs. Forget about prostitution, it is not important at all for Russian. Some of them for sure come specially for that, but now more and more come with families.
Are you saying, and I'll ask you a direct question, are you saying that there are no Russian prostitutes in Goa?
I don't know about this.
Absolutely not.
I don't know anything. I cannot comment because I don't know at all. I never see, I never heard, I don't know.